Ladies and germs, it's time to get dirty. 3-Wide Racing League, bringing you the Drive for Suicide Prevention Sprint Car Series from Eldora. In the booth tonight, we got Trey Landry, Matt Kingston, Thomas Morris. They're going to bring you all the hot, dirty action that you can handle. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Let's do it.
I don't know. Are we ready, boys?
Sure.
I am.
You know, I feel like we should have some theme music, gentlemen.
It's hard to find non-copyrighted theme music. So
Very true. Very true.
we're ready to tussle here in the great track of Eldora, owned by the late, great Tony Stewart. Well, that's his career anyway. It's late. Should be a good show. I mean, it's the high banks, should see top to bottom action throughout the whole night. We've seen pretty interesting races so far in the Dirt Series.
Gentlemen.
So I'm sure we'll capitalize on that again tonight.
Yeah, like you said, Thomas, this track's to move around quite a bit, and you're going to have two grooves for sure because of the high speed you have here and the banking, so it should be interesting.
I'm looking at the times of practice, and all these guys were pretty close together, so we should see some pretty good racing.
Looks like we're getting lined up here, settled in for the heat number 1 for the night here. If you're unfamiliar with 3-Wide and their Dirt Series, they do heats before the qualifying to pretty much set some points. I believe the top 5 all get points from each heat to kind of give you a little bonus point action here. And once we wrap up Heat 1 and Heat 2, we'll go into qualifying, which will set the field for tonight's 40-lap feature. Both heats are 15 laps tonight, if I forgot to mention that. And caution laps are on with our very own pace truck of Carlos Acosta.
Oh, guys, something a little bit different at this dirt track compared to others is I just want to mention, you see those four-wheelers there on pit road that you might see in a scenic camera cars they're rolling off here. They are modeled, so you hit them and you destroy your car. It's quite great.
How long did it take you to figure that one out, Matt?
As soon as it got launched, I think the first day I drilled one of them. So
Just looking at the track right now, already just from the little bit of practice they had, you kind of see the rubber line up top. I don't know if you guys are looking at the track right now either, but there's a rubber line up top, and then there's like a dirt line on the bottom that they've been working in. So it's pretty cool.
that's why I enjoy this track so much, is it does change around quite a bit and does move. So I think we're going to see some great racing here tonight. Got the Drive for Suicide Prevention pace truck out there, piloted by Carlos Acosta Bodine.
The third.
Try to get you your grid here.
It's a little different than last week. If you followed us before, they normally go off practice speeds, but I believe they've altered that this week and gone with a random draw, which should see Richard Hines, Johnny Thomas, Corey Lindsay, Peter Short, Kevin Finn, all in the first heat.
On pole, I believe, is the 87 of Richard Hines.
Ooh, as we're seeing the first draw back here of dirt racing, you gotta keep
Cody.
them throttled up. Looks like Cody Wright's going ahead and give the old bar treatment there.
Just wanted to make sure that inside wall was still there. Don't feel bad, boys. I did the same thing before.
That's one of the unknown secrets of the dirt car. It's kind of one of those unwritten rules there, Matt. You gotta pretty much floor them when you get off the grid to keep them turning.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than
Putting around.
You don't want to slam down the gas to one of the stock cars because you'll probably drill the guy in front of you, but in this case you have to.
Well, no harm. I don't believe anyone hit anybody else. Just Cody Wright made sure that inside wall was still there. Kind of like Casey Kane made sure that outside wall was still there.
Oh, man.
Not quite as hard, though.
Apparently, he didn't like the position of that wall, so he thought he'd move it 3 or 4 feet.
Well, every Windows car has to have a hard crash at some point. So.
I think he called it feng shui.
See if we can have some good feng shui here tonight, boys. Little small heats here, not a super packed field tonight, but I'm sure we've got the best of the best here with the Dirt Series.
See, there we go. Green flags out for this heat. And I just mentioned here, Peter Short starting shotgun on the field as he's going to go 3 wide already in turn 1.
He's been used to starting shotgun in the field here lately. Trying to already work his way up to the top 3 here. And his heat's only 15 laps, Matt, so not sure how racing already.
Yeah, Peter Short is making the top and bottom work pretty well for him. Corey Lindsay's going to spread out just a touch here from him. But might see if he can sling it down low on him in turn 1.
Try the old wide arc in and cut it down off the corner. Looks like he's trying to get that move through 1 done there and a 2. Already seeing maybe the high line be a little better. Through a 3 and 4.
Peter got a nice run there, but he got a little bit tight, I think, up off the corner and almost drilled him right in front of the 00 Lindsay.
Meanwhile, Richard Hines is smiling behind, looking at all this. Peter really sailed it in there through 3 and 4 that time.
That guy's dangerous in any car that he gets in here in the 3-wide racing league.
Without a doubt, can't count Johnny the Rocket Thomas out either. He's marched his way up to back bumper bar of Corey Lindsay.
Oh, that nice move there by Peter Short. He should be taking the lead here from Richard Hines. He dove that thing right on in there.
And notice he kind of did the same thing on Corey Lindsay. They're just selling that car into the corner. I mean, I know you kind of do that either anything in a sprint car, but it seems like he's really diving it down on the low side of these guys.
Richard's having a little bit of trouble there on the high line. You can see he can't really get the car yawed out very much. He's gaining quite a bit of too much traction, I would say.
Just a touch. I know turn 4 can be a little treacherous, Matt. I've had my problems when we had some practice races here. I could never seem to get out of that corner like yourself and others.
Yeah, just luck that they found the line at the right time, I think, is all it attributes to, or in Peter Short's case, just being that damn good.
Even Trey said, let's see, butter on a, what'd you say that time? Butter on a hot roll or something?
That's right, man. It's like
5 to go with this time.
Johnny Thomas kind of jumped the cushion there and got up into the wall.
With these heats being so, well, the whole field's kind of smaller than what we had the first round here. Do you think maybe these guys are going to try and experiment a little bit and see what they can get away with in the heats, knowing, you know, this is your only shot before the race starts? So.
This would be a good time. Just going to size out where you can go, where you can't go, even though when the race rolls off, I think we're going to have a little bit tackier track than we do right now, but I think you're going to see the same things kind of start happening there.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing passes being made, so it's a little bit more forgiving than USA last week or 2 weeks ago, where you just could not get, you know, it was almost impossible to get the run off the corner to pass the guy. Where here, you can go high, you can go low, you can run the middle.
Peter Short here coming to the white flag. He has the thing in hand here, this heat in hand, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. I don't think we have to worry about that, guys.
You say that. Remember last night he hit the wall coming to the white flag, so you never know. But yeah, without a doubt, looks like Peter Short can walk away with another win here in 3-1. And the first heat of the night scoring max points.
Johnny Thomas just edged out Corey Lindsay there for the 3rd position. So decent little race at the back of the field. And Kevin Finn, I think, rounds out the field that's running. I don't see Cody Wright on track.
Everyone running got max points in that one, so well, got points. So Cody Wright, your only guy not to score heat points. Maybe that nose damage got him there at the start, Matt, from a little bit of wall contact.
Very possible.
See if I can get you a finishing order once I get my slow motion up so I can count the cars.
I believe off the top of my head here, we have Peter Short in 1st, Richard Hines 2nd, Johnny Thomas 3rd, Corey Lindsay 4th, and Kevin Finn in the 5th spot, with Cody Wright being the one guy without points in 6th.
And you were right. That was half a car between Johnny Thomas and Corey Lindsay for 3rd spot.
Yeah, it was tight racing all the way through at the field there. That's what you expect to see at Eldora. I find this to be the best track of all the dirt races we have here, just for competition's sake.
Looks like Peter Short went and drove her to victory lane for the first time there. So see if he can continue that on after this second heat comes up.
Well, you know, calling me crazy, but this is an omen. The last time he won the his heat and led every lap, even though he missed a few this time. But he got from the back to the front. I think, what was it, 3 laps? He won the main. So.
Yeah, that put both Peter Short and Cameron Rich with 1 win apiece on the season. So kind of picking up where they left off in the 3 Rock Series, where might be the 2 to beat all year. Hopefully, we'll see some more competition. I mean, those 2 put on a good show, but I'd like to see a few more winners throughout the year. See if they can spice this up a little bit.
Yeah, they seem to be stinking up everything that happens here on Monday nights.
He's got the pace truck sliding out of the pits here to make his line up for heat 2. That was pretty interesting.
Those trucks are difficult to drive on this track.
Oh man, they're just, it's a nightmare, really. I think it's one of the most correct handling models iRacing's ever modeled. So for Heat 2, looks like we've got Race Clark, Matt Hackathorn, Kyle Hanshaw, Sam Close, Cameron Rich, and Rusty Webb. Everybody's favorite Webb.
I like the World Wide Web.
Is that the WWW?
Yeah, and then you put a different URL there.
Well, this is 2017, Matt. You don't have to put that at all anymore, thanks to the advancements in internet technologies.
Oh, I still put http://www.
Well, to be fair, by the time you type that in, your webpage might load. So.
Now, Kyle Hanshaw's the guy I'm watching this heat. He's forced to be reckoned with on the dirt side. He's quite handy, I think, when it comes to getting around this place slinging mud. So excited to see if he can get the heat win and then maybe transfer something to the main.
Haven't really mentioned chat, but there's still some chatters in there. And his pilot looks like is that Mike Stevens, and then Cameron's best friend. Whew.
That was a quick one there.
Information Heat 1 was what, 3 minutes and 44 seconds? The old school heat scheme with the 12 there, man. I think we saw that in the first round. Didn't see him much last round. Kind of got some carnage. Yeah,
I love the old Chrysler logo with the Mopar on the top. That brings it together for me.
I better be careful because it's like Race Danica Clark is up there.
I think he's going to be hungry here.
46. We know he's stout on dirt, so we'll see what he can bring home here. Looks like Pace Trucks bring her in this time. Gonna hand it over to Race Clark and Matt Hackathorn. Good jump for 12 there, boys.
Oh, Race Clark killed himself.
Hey, Danica did early.
Wow.
Good lord, what a hit.
I venture to say that car is probably done for the
Oh.
It's going to leave Matt Hackathorn and Kyle Henshaw battling out here. Cameron Rich looks to the bottom.
Oh, Kyle Hanshaw got up on the outside wall. Just a touch there coming into turn 3. They seem to got to recalibrate and wait. Looks like he's actually gaining.
Didn't slow him down, did he?
Yeah.
Actually got that high line working pretty good so far. Keeping pace with a little too high that time. So he's keeping pace with Matt. Lost a little touch there through 3 and 4. Tight little grouping here at the top corner is Sam Close looking to bring his name into the picture. Down low this time, Looks like it's not going to get it done. See if we can make the bottom work. Top side seemed to get away from him just a little bit there through 3 and 4. See if we can find some grip down that low line. Nope, back to the top side that time.
You know who's coming back here is Sam Close. He's just kind of soaring up on that high side. He's right up near the wall. Right? Oh, he gets a little contact. He flipped. Cameron Rich, I don't think knew he was up there at all.
That's some interesting audio. I don't know. I have to look at that again. I don't think the 17 could have done anything, could he?
No, it looked like Cameron just kind of hooked.
It's a slide jump.
Yeah. It looked like it hooked at the wrong time, unfortunately for Sam Close, and he did a little cartwheel right by the flag stand.
Yeah,
Still going, though.
Nothing that I could do either. I mean, you can't just jump out of the throttle with this thing. So it's kind of nice little flip over and get going again. I can't believe that car's still running. Did he even lose the spot?
No, he's the
I don't think he did. Wow, where's Rusty Webb and Race Clark at?
Anshaw's bottom feeding there. He's looking for all he can in the middle of the corners. As we're, I think, we're 3 to go this time by. And he might have him here. That's a nice run.
I saw him doing that in practice, and I think he finally learned the limit. 'Cause he found that wall a couple times, but I think he's just close enough to it now to make it work, especially through 3 and 4. He's really digging.
I'm telling you, that's the line I like around this place when I'm in the car.
He's judged that one a little bit that time, though.
Yeah, matching that to 88 DNF.
Just like Jumbo.
But at least
Hanshaw.
I'm looking low again. Gonna get a good drive off here.
Coming to the white this time? No, sorry, 2 to go this time.
Oh, looks like he might clear him this time through 1 and 2.
Hackathon should get a nice run here. Looked like Kyle Hanshaw slipped up a bit, which he does. They're going to be side by side into turn 3 and 4, and Hackathon's up too high.
No, he still gets a jump, though.
Here we go. It's going to be a drag race right to the line here. White flag this time.
Oh, good run that time through 1 and 2. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Kyle. He's going to shove it in there. I don't think it's going to stick.
It might. They're side by side. Hackathon gets him.
This is why we're up here, because
It's pretty
no
insane.
way.
Man, these heats get exciting because it's really nothing to lose. You get a brand new car when you roll off the grid for the race, so go out there and try to get some points.
That Hackathorn by inches over Kyle Hanshaw. Sam Close going to bring her home 3rd after flipping. Cameron Rich 4th, I believe.
The guy that flipped finished
No,
3rd.
I'm sorry. No, Cameron Rich didn't get
Okay.
3rd. He must slow down a lot. Then Sam Close, the guy that flipped, finished 4th. And I believe it's really hard to cycle through pit lane when there's that many cars on pit lane. Who was the last running? Was it Rusty Webb?
Race Clark was the last. No, sorry, running. Rusty Webb was not running either.
No, he wasn't running, but I believe he still finished 5th to get heat points.
Yeah. Race was the only one there that did not get heat points because he had issues at the start. Problems.
That's hard to do when you die in turn 1 on the heat. Impressive, but hard to do. All right, boys, that was your 2 heats. 2 different winners. Would that be the first heat win, I believe, for Matt Hackathorn? I'm going to go ahead and say yes, it was. We're not keeping track of those apparently, but yes, it was. Full max points, though, so that's 5 points for Matt and 5 points for Peter.
Just waiting here for him to finish up with the heats, and then I'm going to go off for some qualifying.
Mike Stevens said that was a good last 5 laps. Yes, it was. That was pretty intense. believe he's team owner for Shake and Bake Motorsports. Just double check that real quick. Yes, he is. So it's the first heat win for Shake and Bake Motorsports. I'm sure Mike Stevens is proud of that.
All right.
Let's get this qualifying going. Matt Hackstone's going to roll out quick, see if he can come from his heat win to pole position. Looks like pretty well everybody's out on track trying to get some quick laps in here so they can get it ready to strap in for the race. Peter Short put up a nice time there, 14.270. Put him at the top of the boards. Cameron Rich right behind him, second place with a 4.86. See if he can. Yeah, he cut off another 10th off that. 3.884 is his 2-time. Peter Short finished up his lap there. He's still on pole position. We still have quite a few drivers to take times. Johnny Thomas being one of them. He's only completed, oh no, this is going to be his last lap completed here. Corey Lindsay finished his laps as well. Let's see, I don't think anybody else that was... Corey Lindsay, second quick in practice, sixth quick in qualifying. That's going to be disappointing for him. That's, I believe, finishes qualifying. Everybody took times.
Yeah, it's what it looks like. Looks like Peter Short will hold on to stay on the pole.
Yeah, it goes from a heat win right back up to the pole. Matt Hackathon actually did pretty well. He got fourth place there, who was seventh quick in practice, so he did a big gain on that one.
But it looks like he can't catch Mr. Short.
No, Peter Short is on a rail. Look at these two. They've stunk up the show so far in the Drive for SP Dirt Series. Peter Short, Cameron Rich. Starting pole and outside pole for Isotech Enterprises.
It's like they do that or something. They just kind of stink up the show.
Well, some say they win quite a bit. I don't know.
If we could see half the show we just saw in those last 5 laps of the heat, it should be very entertaining.
Yeah, you'd have to hang on to your seat because somebody might steal it.
Well, we are in Eldora, so. Don't know where I'm going to go with that one, but it seemed like something I should say.
I think there's a facility out back there where our late friend Munger used to live, so.
Is that where Emma ran around in the park?
Yeah, until she got shipped to one of those cuisine places here.
Oh, China Walk?
So, Mike Stevens, to answer your question, qualifying, the track has moderately low usage, 40%, and for the race, the track will be carried over from qualifying.
I believe they set this amount the previous week. We were at USA, and they kind of liked that amount, so I think they were going to try it here too and make sure it was still what they wanted.
Well, you know, the tough thing with them just starting with this is what their second dirt race of the season, so it's gonna be hard to find that balance because you don't want it to be too tacky and
This
not
is the third. But...
Oh, third. Okay, yeah. Sorry, all my weeks run together, folks.
Canada, eh? appears the pace truck's been stolen during practice here and taken out in qualifying. We're going to get the Ohio. Is this Ohio? I always get these confused. I believe it is, right? Say Ohio
Yes.
Highway Patrol after him here. I don't know, boys. That's an interesting top four. You've got the two, first two winners of the season, Peter Short, Cameron Rich, then Kyle Hanshaw and Matt Hackathorn. Obviously, Matt just won the heat race, and then Kyle pretty much been consistent in every dirt race so far.
There goes our bilingual Grand Marshal again.
Once again, sorry, folks, we do not have an SAP button. We're not ESPN. We don't lay 200 people off at a time. Unless it's Wendell and his interns.
Yeah, they keep disappearing. I don't know what you're doing with them Wendell there, but
Made the coffee wrong one time. All right, looks like we're lining up for the grid here, boys. Starting on the pole. Surprise to maybe no one, or possibly everyone, depending on how new you are in chat. Peter Short going to roll off P1 to his outside. His teammate and arch nemesis here in the Dirt Series, Cameron Rich.
Someone looking to break up that Eisentech twosome. 46 of Kyle Hanshaw starting P3. Outside him, heat winner from heat number 2, the 12 of Matt Hackathorn P4.
Driver to that number 83, Johnny Thomas starting 5th. Corey Lindsay starting P6 to his outside.
Rolling off P7 in the 87 for Richard Hines Motorsports Racing. Always get him confused. Gonna roll off P7 and Rusty Webb in the 88. Gonna roll off P8. A lot of 8s in that one. 88 in the 8.
We got the flipper himself, the 5 of Sam Close starting P9. Outside him, the 22 of Race Danica Clark in the 10th position.
Rolling off 11th, we got the Flying Finn. Kevin Finn, driver the number 14. Starting 12th, Cody Wright. It will be starting shotgun on the field tonight.
Good news is, though, Trey, he can see the front from there. So,
yeah.
well, until they take the green, then all you see is pretty much mud clods and dirt in the air. So it should be quite interesting for him to see if he can make up any spots, or maybe not hit the wall on the grid this time.
Right.
Those fireworks always scare me when they go off here.
I know. Cool features over here. The fireworks before
And during.
Hopefully not too many during. Well, as we mentioned earlier, we'll have 40 laps here. Caution laps do count in the feature race, unlike the heats. So it's 40 straight laps to the end here. See if we can get a new winner, or Peter Short or Cameron Rich going to continue their winning ways here in the Dirt Series.
I wouldn't count out Peter Short. He's a wheel man.
I don't know, man. That 46, he's racing for a good cause this week. Charity on the car, looking to see if he can get her in victory lane. A little extra motivation.
Is she hot? Charity. Oh, brings
I got
out.
your joke there. Who the charity is for colon cancer.
Oh, that's shitty.
Oh, they're having some problems there.
Already
17 up high.
Still losing spots.
Johnny Thomas gets moved up to the 3rd position. Matt Hackathorn still running 4th as he almost spins her out there. It was good car control.
Just about took the nose off that machine. Slicing across Johnny Thomas there.
Oh, Kyle Hanshaw breathing down the neck of the 33 of Peter Short. And they're rolling off into turn 3, see if we can get a good move on him. They seem to be running the same line, however, so it might be a little bit difficult to make a pass.
I think Peter got to sit back and watch Kyle run that line in the heat race down on the bottom, so he might have picked up a few things. major battles. It's like Matt Hackathorn is still side by side with Cameron Rich. Can't seem to settle that position. That 17's all out of shape attitude.
That was a power wobble there.
Guess we have to mention the name and we'll end the battle. Sam close to rocking that high line like he was. Pretty sure he might not want to stick it to the outside of the 17 like he did in the heat race there. Find the outside wall, boys. Not the night he was looking for so far.
Oh, you don't want to bend any of those suspension parts as early on.
Starting to see the track actually dry up a good bit already. Seeing some pretty good dust trails off these cars.
Handshot's falling just a little bit back from short, but they're running the exact same line. Ooh! Sorry, I glitched out. I thought Handshot took hard to the outside wall.
He's no Danica.
But he's competing pretty closely with Peter Short. As I say that lap, he was a second and a half, or 10th and a half off, sorry.
As well been a second and a half on a dirt track. I think your battle right here is Cameron Rich, Sam Close, and Matt Hackathorn still all battling each other.
Oh, Sam Close got up in the outside wall pretty hard. He's going to lose that spot. He's going to fall back to the 7th position.
Richard Hines get by there. Matt Hackathorn does hold off the charging of Cameron Rich as he dives back to the bottom though.
Well, Cameron's still trying to make that bottom work. I think he's entering just a little bit too low, but that's why I'm up here. I might be wrong.
Well, we saw it work with that 46 in that heat race, Matt. Maybe it's just not came in enough yet to make that bottom preferred crew.
Could be.
46 just had a big moment out of 2 there and cost him some time on Peter Short.
Oh, the 00 Corey Lindsay, he took his car off the track, and that's going to end his night undoubtedly, unless he can get some of that damage fixed before the end of the race. But we're working lap 12 now. So.
Say, what is it? 14 seconds a lap.
Oh, sorry, I was.
Click off a few laps before you know it.
I was 2 laps down there and I was spectating him, so that's why I said 12. It was actually lap 15.
Well, it's so funny. Stuff like this, you can't even watch the stream because you're so far ahead of the stream because of the amount of laps. They turn, 14 seconds if you're on a 30-second delay.
Cameron Mitchell to sling that in there as the 12 gets into the outside wall just a touch. That should give Cameron the position for 4th.
Could slide up that time though. Should clear him this time on 2 unless the 12 gets the run like he does. Oh, 2 sideways then.
I thought that was going to be the end for both of them right there.
Aim my inches there, boys.
These guys need to see a yellow flag right now if they want to get this field back together. We're working lap 19 of 40 right now. So. And Peter Short is stretched out to us about a 1.5 second lead, probably more here this time. He's running some bad fast laps.
Maybe a halftime break?
Yeah.
He may be stretching out, but he's also catching the back of the field, so lap traffic can come into play here.
Especially if Rusty Webb's back there.
Well,
he is.
Just anyone, Trey, because these dirt cars, you can't exactly place them where you want them to go. It's just kind of, I'm going to stick it in here and hope it stays down here.
Well, Rusty Webb's an asshole, and he's not going to let you pass either.
Apparently, you have more personal information about Mr. Webb than I do.
And the battle on track is right now we're getting kind of close between Cameron Rich and Johnny Thomas. They're fixing to be side by side here in the next couple laps.
Yeah, it looks like Cameron's picked up the pace a little bit. Johnny Thomas has a false touch with those top 2 in front of him, so he's just kind of hanging on, I guess you'd say. But for some reason, I cannot ever get his paint scheme to load on his car.
I can't either. I actually went in and deleted all my files and still try to get it to load.
So Johnny, if you watch his back, try re-uploading it because I don't think it took the first time.
Right. Or Randall Fox might have painted it.
Oh, that's true. Oh, caution for Kevin Finn and looks like 3 and 4. Oh yeah, jumped the cushion, rode the wall, and probably ate a little dirt on that one. Ooh, and clips Cody right. I don't think that may have been net code though. I don't know if there's any damage. I couldn't tell.
That's gonna be your first caution there. With we're working with 15 laps to go here, so hopefully this is a quickie like usual.
Well, there's no choice on dirt, Matt. They're quickie or you just don't go back to green.
Yeah.
You know what's
Or-
cool? You know what's cool about dirt racing, guys, and I think it really shows here at Eldora that you can race the top or the bottom, and it's good. I mean, I wish iRacing could get this translated over to the asphalt oval side of things, but the racing on dirt's excellent with the multiple grooves.
It is, yeah. It just really amplifies how much fun this racing is for even driving the cars as much as watching it, because driving it I found it was just fun because you got to slip and slide around, and you get a group of good guys like this, you don't have to worry about somebody come up and tossing your salad.
I'm no engineer at iRacing, but I don't want to say it was easier for them to finally get the dirt stuff, but it made it a little bit different for them because with the dirt, it's a layer system, so they're just building off different layers of dirt. Once you get back to pavement, that's just a static surface that you're building up on. You're not taking anything off of. So I don't know if they can translate much of the dirt, but I sure hope they can.
Well, why can't you layer it with rubber?
Because we're going back to green here. I'll cover that in a second as Peter Short's going to lead him back to green. 3 wide behind him is Johnny Thomas. Go back to 2 wide. Oh, 2 wide.
Oh, contact!
Contact!
Three wide behind them for Sam Close, Matt Hackathorn, and Richard Hines. This is big
Oh,
contact!
Hackathorn! Hard in the wall.
Oh,
Richard
no.
Hines.
Oh man, what a shame.
Man, that was
Definitely
saw
one
that
of
one
your
coming with
favorites.
3 wide. Not a terrible amount of damage to the 87. Just have to get flipped back over.
Sam Close, believe it or not, got out the best in that because I don't think it really hurt his car that much.
No, I think he's fine. 12 saying the spotter did not call the 5 on
That's a
Definitely
problem
what it
here,
looked
though,
like.
guys. Yeah, the spotters don't really call out where the other cars are because you're
Well,
sideways, and
it's-
technically it's not really. It's just weird for the iRacing spotter to call it. You need a actual human.
yeah, the inherent latency of a spotter here too is probably not going to do you any favors because it's just things are happening so quick that it's hard to call. But to finish that point on the pavement side, Trey, I think it's harder to build up layers than it is to take them off. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too, Thomas. I think, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I added as it is to subtract.
Well, it's like a system because the dirt, you're actually sliding that dirt off. As a rubber system, you're trying to slide that rubber on. I think it's a little bit different of a calculation.
I don't think you know what you're saying.
He said,
what?
slide the rubber on.
I mean, I went there.
That's what she said.
.46 showing he's ready to get back racing here, popping some wheelies.
I'll be going green with just over 10 laps, under 10 laps to go. Sorry, as we're gone.
You and your numbers.
Mass hard.
Regroup here and not have shenanigans there.
Johnny Thomas has just destroyed the outside wall about 3 times there. He should be all right though. He just gave her a little wax.
Straightens him out, man.
Yeah. Hanshaw is putting Peter Short under massive fire right now. If we can keep that pressure on, try to make Peter make a mistake.
Try
3
to.
wide.
Already 5 to go here, Matt.
It's gonna be hard to beat that 33 car, man.
I mean, you're gonna have to probably put a bumper on him or a bumper bar on him. I don't think Kyle Henshaw wants to win one that way, so it's gonna have to be creative maybe and just frighten him. Just get him a little nervous down there on the bottom. Like Trey said, you can move around, but I don't think with a restart like that, it seems like these guys just shoot right back to the bottom mostly, and then kind of work their way up as they go along.
And we're getting 2 to go this time. Kyle Hamshot still trailing Peter Short by just over 0.3 of a second.
Peter Cottontail hopping down the bunny trail here. The battle back here is also between 17, 83, and 5. They're trying to sort out third position here.
Ooh, Johnny Tom's got a big wiggle there, but we come to the checkered flag this time. Peter Short looks like he has her in hand.
Short back-to-back wins.
Great, that just jumped right back in.
Cameron Rich come home third. Worst finish of the season, Cameron Rich.
Terrible.
Johnny Thomas continues his hot streak here in the dirt. P4. And Close P5. Cody Wright P6. Pretty hard to get into. Webb P7. Looks like he's rebounded from sliding in the dirt. P8. Grace Danica Clark gonna come home ninth.
Anybody out there saying, you shouldn't call him that. It is a self-proclaimed name.
I must have missed that joke.
Me too.
Oh boys, looks like Peter Short stinking up the show again here. Was that another flag-to-flag win?
I believe
Yeah, I do believe so. He just makes it look easy, but the competition in this league does not make it easy for sure.
Already done it.
Only had like what 8 vehicles finish on the lap tonight. So Race Clark was your first one to lap down there in P9. Matt Hackathorn did manage a P10 after such promise tonight. Got caught up in that 3-wide mess with Sam Close and Richard Hines. So.
Yeah, it's kind of sucks, man. Matt was definitely, I think, one of the favorites. Showed a lot of speed tonight, especially under race conditions, and just came up a little short.
Yeah, you'll have that when your spotter doesn't clear you, but I'm sure he'll move on to next week and try and rebound from that.
Gotta believe that Kyle Handshot's gonna be some hungry to get the next win here in the Drive for SP Dirt Series.
Oh, without a doubt.
All right, fellas. He started outside pole, brought it home third. Driver that number 17. He's got his girl in the stands. Tell us about your race tonight, Cameron.
I really need to learn how to dirt because I tried to knock the wall down on lap 1 or so and I kind of failed at that and broke the car a little bit, but it's pretty good to come home third after that. I hate losing to the 33 though. Like if there's anyone else I could lose to, it'd be better, but it was a pretty fun race.
So, pretty big difference from USA. How we saw some more grooves kind of come in. Was it refreshing to be able to run the bottom and the top for one of these dirt races?
Yeah, certainly. It's always nice when you can run different lines and actually make time up and not have everybody run on the bottom or whatever. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of grooves there because I was running side by side there with Johnny and I was having a blast.
Oh, Cameron, trying to think of a question here because you just took that right out of my hands. Did you find that the track conditions was like better suited than it was in the first couple of races? I know they kept it same as from USA, but do you think it started a little bit, say, older, like more worn in? It would be harder racing, or do you think it's right on for where you should be?
I'm a big fan of having the track as old and worn out as possible because I think that's the best way to get the lines worked in. But I think it was pretty good tonight. I think if you could run the bottom, it was probably a little bit quicker. Like if you could get it right and whatnot. But you could definitely at least hold your own on the outside if somebody was trying to pass you. So it was pretty good. I'd like to see. I can't wait till we go to the 410s because I think just more power would make them more crazy, intense race or whatever. I think that would also spice things up a little bit. But I think tonight's race was really fun.
All right, Cameron, started second, finished third. Before we let you go, give us those shout outs.
Thank our series sponsor, Drive for Suicide Prevention. Good cause, like I say all the time. Glad to have them sponsoring us. And Johnny Thomas that was a fun race. It's nice when you can race side by side with people with them not doing anything super crazy or anything like that. It was really fun. And I want to say sorry to Sam because I totally cleaned him out in the heat race, and I don't know what I was doing. So it wasn't intentional. Just kind of forgot how to dirt there. But my girlfriend too, she's watching. So
Okay. All right. So let's see. He said he was hungry in the chat.
chicken?
So, yeah, he said he was hungry. So let's go get him. We got Kyle Hanshaw. He said he was hungry in the chat. He started third, brought it home second, came up just a little short. But tell us about your race tonight, Kyle.
Hey guys. Yeah, tonight was fun. I enjoyed it. The track conditions were perfect. I like the multi-groove surface. Made for better racing, that's for sure. But yeah, in the heat race, I don't know. I ran out of time, ran out of laps. Couldn't catch Matt, but that was a pretty good finish by us. In the feature, uh, it was really good racing all throughout the field. I thought I was going to wreck there a couple times because I jacked the wall coming out of 2, and then coming out of 4, I hit the wall down low, and it was just crazy all night long. But yeah, I just couldn't catch Peter. I thought that last restart would help, but other than that, it was a pretty good night.
Well, Kyle, if it wasn't for that pesky Peter Short fellow, you'd be sitting in victory lane. It's 2/3 and a second. Probably one of the most consistent drivers outside of Peter Short in the Dirt Series so far. So you looking forward to the next race at Williams Grove? See if you can maybe reach that top step of the podium.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think all the Tech guys are cheating, but but
grip hacks.
Yeah, but no, they're fun to race with. I enjoy racing with them. They make me better. And but yeah, I'm looking forward to Williams Grove. I want to get one of these wins, but I just try to stay consistent. Every race that I join with these guys, because there's just so much talent throughout the field, and I want to win the championship in this league for the 360 sprints. But I just got to stay consistent. Hit my marks every race, and I think we'll be all right.
Well, before we let you go, Kyle, give us those shout outs, buddy.
Yeah, I just like to thank Corey and 3 Wide Racing for all they do. I really have fun doing this league between the Xfinity cars, Cup cars, sprint cars. It's a really good deal. I'd like to thank Drive for SP for sponsoring the 360 League. Glad to have them on board. Thanks to you guys, OCR TV, for the broadcast. Thanks to all the people that are watching me every week. Appreciate that. My girlfriend Jessica, and just like to thank all the guys in 3 Wide for putting on good shows and racing clean and having fun.
Okay, okay. So wait a minute. So the number 17 Cameron Rich has a girlfriend named Jessica, and you have a girlfriend named Jessica.
Yep.
Something is off about that.
Yeah, there's two of them, but Jessica Lineberger's mine.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm just messing with you. Kyle, we appreciate it. No doubt that you know what's going on here in the dirt. I don't think it's long before we see you in your victory circle, but we appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Trey always trying to stir up the drama.
Oh, no. All right, I got him. Winner, chicken dinner. Qualified on the pole, flag to flag, I believe. Brought it home. Your winner tonight, Peter Short. Tell us about your race.
Might help if you grab Peter Short.
I thought I did.
Or
Or Matt
says Matt
Hackathorn,
Hackathorn
whatever.
on it.
I mean, you guys got me.
We can ask Matt.
Well, fuck it. Let's talk to Matt. Hey, Matt. Definitely I thought a threat to win the race. Ended up getting in some trouble. Finished 10 laps down. Tell us about your race.
Well, it was going great until I completely forgot that these things can wheelie at any random moment. And I just happened to wheelie right into Sam, and that kind of set off a chain of events that I couldn't come back from.
Yeah, I think you're
But
kind
hey,
of the...
I finally got myself a win. Maybe my luck's changing. Maybe you guys won't have to laugh at me every week.
Oh no, we don't laugh at you. We're laughing with you.
I wish I was laughing some nights.
Yeah, no, I tell you, I think you're right there in the ballpark with Kyle Hanshaw. You show a lot of talent and a lot of speed here on the dirt track, and I got no doubt that we'll be talking to you in Winter Circle as well.
Well, I hope so. Well, looks like the actual person you want to interview is here, so I'll let you talk to him. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Matt, and thank you for rolling with it.
Of course, anytime.
To get Trey's prescription checked there.
Yeah, right. I mean, I do have what do they call it? The progressive lenses. So anyway,
they call mine blind as a bat syndrome. So.
Yeah, so anyway, let's do this again. Winner, chicken dinner, qualified first, finished first. Correct me if I'm wrong, led flag to flag. Your winner, again, yawn, Peter Short. Tell us about your race, buddy.
Hey guys, glad to see I finally made it up here. Man, I tell you, that was a lot of fun tonight. I was able to just hook the bottom, and there was a lot of speed down there, and just able to keep Hanshaw at bay for the whole race, and just had a lot of fun. The heat races were pretty cool. I think the lotto grids are fun, and I think we're at the point where we probably could go up to the 410s, and I'm hoping we can make that switch now that we've been to the 4 races, or the 4 tracks that we do have in iRacing, the 4 dirt tracks, I should say, and hopefully we can move over to those 410s, because I think those would be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, without a doubt, I believe the 410s will take this to the next level. You guys get a little more power, a little more room to maybe roam around, not have to stick to a certain line. But speaking of lines, you guys getting to move around a little bit tonight with the 310s, 360s, 310s. Well, was it fun to kind of get on a track like this where you can move around and not just kind of stuck to the one groove you had at USA?
Yeah, definitely. It in the heat races it moved up quite a bit, but even in the heat races there was definitely multi grooves, and I think I just kept an eye out the back of my car, and I know that Hanshaw he was kind of searching around and he was keeping up with me, so I definitely think that we're moving in the right direction with the amount of track usage that we're starting the race with. I think tonight we started at 40, which was the same we started at USA with. So I'd like to see it maybe bumped up to 50 or even maybe even 60. Make it for a really exciting race, because the thing about a lot of these races is there's still a ton of grip if you can hook the inside line right by the wall. That's where I was running tonight, and that's actually where I was able to make the move in that heat race. Just, it's a line that not a lot of people run because it's so, it's pretty sketchy if you want to run it down there lap after lap. If you put a foot wrong, you can end up in the inside wall and ruin your race. But it made for a really fun heat race.
Yeah, without a doubt. We were talking about it a little bit on the broadcast. Love it that you guys can run high side, bottom side. middle. It's great. You guys put on quite a bit of show tonight. But let's see. I'm not sure how many dirt races you won. I think what, 2, maybe 3.
2 out of the 3.
Yeah, 2 out of the 3. But
4.
if you got any competition, Peter Short, who do you think it is? I mean, who are you most worried about bringing home this cup?
Well, I know that Hanshaw is very fast on dirt. I mean, he can sling that thing sideways, and he can catch you out if you're not paying attention. He was driving the car different than I was tonight. He was hard into the corner, and he's able to still hook that bottom, driving in hard. And he actually turned a faster lap than I did. He had the fastest lap of the race, I think. And it's one of those things, he can catch you out. I know Cameron's also really fast. He clipped the wall or something tonight from the sounds of things. But both of those 2 guys are really fast, and it seems like Hackathorn is also starting to come good. I know I heard a brief portion of his interview, so I think it's a multi-car race, and we're still early in the season, and we'll see how the 410s, when we make that switch, will mix things up. But yeah, just I'm glad we gave you guys a good race tonight. There was a couple cautions. I think that first caution kind of came at an opportune time. I didn't really want to race with the car in front of me at that point, but it all turned out well.
Without a doubt. All right, Peter, before we let you go, give us those shout outs.
I want to give a shout out to my car owner there, Drew Eisman. He was watching the race tonight from the spectator chat and keeping an eye out on us and letting us know where people were running and such. And so that was a big help. And I think Cameron forgot to mention him. I don't think Drew's very happy, but that's what you just kind of get with being with a team owner like Drew, who's really involved, even though he's stepped back. He's still watching these races and keeping an eye on us, so making sure we're in line.
Without a doubt, Drew is very passionate about his sim racing, which is cool. So we appreciate it, Peter. I'm sure, unfortunately, this is not going to be the last time we talk to you, but we look forward to seeing you again in the future.
Thanks, y'all.
Now, we used to have a chair with Randall Falk's name on it. Now we've got a chair with Peter Short's name on it.
Without a doubt, the dude is a wheel man. He can drive anything.
Well, if chat picked up on it too, he's quite the good interviewer. Don't have to ask him a whole lot of questions. He'll lay the story out for you and get it done.
Yeah, Johnny Thomas brought that up. Peter does a great interview. He comes in, he reads his novel, and we don't have to ask him a whole lot of questions.
I like that because I'm too stupid to be able to figure out any questions to ask.
Not stupid, Matt. Just challenged.
Or Canadian. All right. Well,
right.
I would like to get my own shout out.
Whoa.
Hey, number 88, Rusty Webb. I know you watch these. Just don't duck off TeamSpeak when the race is over, because I would love to talk to you.
Oh, how sweet.
The red flag is out.
All right. Well, I believe on that note, I believe we should hit the old dusty trail here.
That note, I think it's that's a bombshell.
Hey, I'm the Diane Sawyer of OCR TV. I even got the blonde wig to prove it.
I was pinned you more for an Anderson Cooper, but we're gonna get out on that note. You can join us again next Monday for Cup Cars at South Boston. Should be quite the show. Be sure to check out 3wideracing.com for their full list of events of their All-Star Week coming up. As Trey mentioned last night, got a doozy of a week coming up there with some fog races, unrestricted Cup Cars, Indy cars, all kind of fun. So be sure to check them out. But until then, we will see you next Monday for some Cup Cars at South Boston.
See ya!